In a city of bright towers and dark alleys, where dreams rise and too often fall, one woman kept praying. This is not a story of instant success. It's a story of quiet faith, of struggle, of saying no when yes could have been easier. From the slums of Kibera
to the heart of hope, this is Streets of Grace, Aisha's journey.
A true story for anyone still waiting on God.
In the shadow of Nairobi's skyscrapers, where tin roofs shimmer beneath the rising sun and alleyways hum with early footsteps, lived Aisha, a quiet soul carrying a loud hope. Aisha lived in Kibera. Her world was one room, cramped, 4 iron sheet walls, a thin foam mattress on the floor, and the small charcoal stove. When it rained, water seeped through the roof and turned the dirt floor into mud. She would move her mattress around the room several times a night to avoid the unrelenting drops of water from the roof. She wrapped a kitenge around her shoulders as smoke from her jiko choked the morning air. The chill of the rainy season clung to everything, including her empty pots. She had not had a proper meal in 2 days. Still, she lit the charcoal, even while coughing from the smoke, not because she had food to cook, but because she had faith that somehow something would come. The rains had returned. With them came the familiar stench, a mix of garbage, human waste, and despair. But Aisha had grown used to it. Children played outside happily, barefoot. They jumped in the rainwater, splashing it at one another, singing, carefree, oblivious of her struggles. "Hello, Auntie Aisha! How are you doing?" The children happily greeted her. "I am doing well, children. Thank you." She forced a smile and waved at them as she adjusted her worn-out rubber shoes, carefully avoiding the open drains that ran alongside her path. She walked past shacks, past burning trash, past hungry eyes. She knew their pain. She lived it too. Yet, she walked like someone who still believed in light. As she maneuvered her way carefully over the rainwater that had flooded the streets, trying to step on the stones to avoid the flooded potholes, she remembered the rainy day during her graduation several years ago. "5 years ago, Aisha stood at a university graduation podium in a graduation gown, smiling proudly. She was radiant, valedictorian, with a first-class degree in finance. Her mother had sold chickens and borrowed loans to pay her tuition. She had made the long trip to the city, waking up at dawn and walking long to catch a matatu. That day, her village had danced. Her future had looked bright. Today, she sat at a cyber cafe, looking at her emails, hoping for a job. But she is scrolling through rejections on her emails. She made the trip to the cyber cafe frequently, as she could not afford a dependable mobile payment plan. No openings at this time, position already filled. Thank you for applying. She had sent 200 job applications. Only 7 replies, all of them a no. No. At night, she'd kneel beside her soaked mattress, rain dripping from the roof, a bucket on the floor to collect rainwater leaks, notebook in hand. She wrote, Day 78. God, I still trust you. I won't stop believing. Day 92. I'm tired, but I know you haven't forgotten me. She closed her cracked Bible, bookmarked on Psalm 13. How long, O Lord, will you forget me forever? Sometimes she shouted, sometimes she whispered, but she always prayed. Aisha boiled water with salt and called it soup. She drank it slowly, pretending it was stew, trying to ignore the unrelenting hunger. That evening, she heard a knock at her door. That must be the landlord wanting my late payments, she thought, as she prayed quietly that the landlord would be patient this time. On the third knock, a female voice called out, "Hello, anybody there?" The voice sounded familiar. Upon opening it, she was surprised to see an old-time friend Brenda standing there. She was wearing flashy, colorful, fashionable clothes, expensive handbag and shoes, loud lipstick, expensive wig, new phone. "Girl, you still here? You need to hustle smarter," the friend laughed. She leaned in and whispering, "There's this guy. He just wants company. Pays well, no strings attached. Think about it, Aisha. Think about it." Aisha looked at the 200 shillings in her pocket. It was all she had left. Firmly. "No thank you," she replied to Brenda. In the quiet church down the road, barely lit by a single bulb, Aisha dropped to her knees at the front pew. She didn't pray using fancy words, just three. "Help me, Lord." The pastor's message that night pierced her heart. If it's hard, don't quit. If it's silent, keep praying. God sees you. He is not late. She wept like a baby. Her cries echoed in the empty church. That night, she chose faith over fast money, obedience over ease. But it didn't get easier. The next day, her landlord came, pounded on her door. This was not the first. Over the past several months, she had been struggling to get money for her rent.
"No rent, no room. You have until 6 p.m.
She begged. He wouldn't listen. By sunset, she was outside, evicted. One suitcase, no food, homeless. She had reached a breaking point. No plan, just faith. She went back to the cyber cafe, not even sure why. Then, she saw it. A subject line glowing like light in darkness. Interview invitation. Kingdom Finance Initiative. A Christian-based financial empowerment NGO. They had seen her blog, Faith and Finances, How I Budget with God. Tiny articles she had posted online from a borrowed phone. They were impressed. They wanted to meet her, tomorrow. She wore her best clothes, still faded, but neatly ironed. The interviewers smiled. They asked about her faith, her struggles, her ideas. She spoke with a boldness she didn't know she had. One of them leaned forward, thoughtful. "We're not just hiring you for your skills. Warmly, we're hiring you because your heart aligns with our mission." Two days later, she got the call. She broke down in tears of joy. She had the job. Full-time, health insurance, monthly salary, paid time off, retirement benefits. She collapsed on her knees in the middle of the street, sobbing.
Thank you, Jesus!
That night, she cooked ugali and sukuma wiki. She invited some hungry neighbor kids to eat with her. She now trains young women and young men in budgeting, saving, and starting small businesses. But before every session, she leads a prayer because she knows money can help, but only God sustains. Aisha did not become rich in earthly possessions, but she became whole. She got her good apartment, got her needs met, built some savings and some small investments, and she became someone else's miracle. Reflectively, day 208. God came through, not when I wanted, but when I truly surrendered. She looks over the city now, not with bitterness, but with joy. To you watching this, maybe your season feels dark. Maybe you're waiting. Maybe you're praying. Don't give up. Don't sell your destiny for a moment of relief. God is not ignoring you. He is preparing you. Your Kibera is not the end. It's the proving ground of your faith. Isaiah 40:31. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength.
Maybe you're still waiting.
Maybe the answers haven't come. But like Aisha,
You can hold on.
God is not ignoring you.
He sees.
He remembers. And when the time is right,
He will open a door that no man can shut.
thank you for watching Streets of Grace, Aisha's journey.
If this story touched you, share it, leave a comment.
And keep the faith burning.
Your Kibera is not the end. It's where God begins.